Cañonero, President of the Association of Shrine Rectors and Pilgrimage Promoters of Philippines. He's going to talk now. Muchas gracias. En primer lugar, quisiera dar las gracias al Consejo.
And to be part of this Second World Congress for the Pastoral Care of Pilgrimages and Shrines, and to offer some insights and suggestions on the segment collaboration between associations of pilgrimages. Generally, there are 4 different types of pilgrimages in the Philippines: individual pilgrimage, family pilgrimage, church or group organized pilgrimage, pilgrimage tours organized by private tour operators and travel agencies. Most pilgrimages in the Philippines would generally fall under any of these categories. I know some of you may have also the same experience. There is a significant gap among pilgrims who wish to visit shrines in the Philippines and the rectors of shrines and pilgrimage promoters who wish to visit and invite them to come in our country. The ASRP is the only established Catholic association of pilgrimages in the Philippines, and proudly to say in Asia. However, this does not discount the fact that in the Philippines, and maybe practically in most Asian countries, there are also existing private tour operators and travel agencies that organize tours and pilgrimages, fully independent of ASRP. It is in this respect that our association reaches out and tries to collaborate with the various associations of agencies such as the Philippine Travel Agencies Association, the Philippine International Association of Travel Agencies, and many others. Unfortunately, I must admit that presently there is yet very little collaboration between ASRP and the various private groups, formal and informal, in terms of regulations and guidelines in organizing local and international pilgrimages. ASRP had been formally established in October of 1991 in preparation for the First World Congress of Shrines in Rome in 1992, established for the purpose of making shrines and pilgrimages genuine channels of renewed evangelization where people, having deeply experienced God, are led to a change of heart and are moved to draw others to the same experience, filled with hope that in communion with the Church, this earthly journey may ultimately find fulfillment in the heavenly Jerusalem. The members were before shrine rectors and pilgrimage promoters, and this was enlarged to any person or any legal personality that is actively engaged in the promotion of pilgrimages. What are our difficulties encountered? The association had encountered difficulties in terms of collaboration with various associations of pilgrimages. One of the difficulties commonly met by our association arises from the unique situation of most shrines in the Philippines, that is, shrines are also considered parishes. For shrines where the shrine rector and the parish is just one and the same person, there is not much problem. But for those shrines where 2 offices are under different priests, and more so if there is little collaboration between them, then the problem is serious. The rector and the parish priest are likely to have conflicts of administrative interest. However, in the Philippines, majority of shrine rectors have a relatively good working relationship with their respective parish priest. Second difficulty, over commercialization of pilgrimages that are mostly organized by private travel operators, travel agencies, and individual private groups. Chaplains and other private pilgrimage promoters cannot simply organize a pilgrimage, whether local or international, without basic training and proper background. There is preparation that is necessitated. They must be able to give justice to the real nature of pilgrimage to shrines that is spiritual. The ASRP identifies this problem due to a little collaboration it has with the Association of Tour Operators and Travel Agencies in the country. Third is the safety and security of pilgrims themselves. Although we may argue that security matters are responsibilities of civil authorities, it is still an integral part of shrines' responsibility to secure the well-being of pilgrims. ASRP's response. During our recent annual convention, we have decided to change the name Association of Shrine Rectors and Pilgrimage Promoters of the Philippines into Association of Catholic Shrines and Pilgrimages, thereby emphasizing the importance of pilgrimages and the significance of shrines as places of special encounters with God. And we are now about to implement them. We are tasked with the pastoral care of shrines and the promotion of pilgrimages to envision ourselves as a pilgrim community. We have also widened our membership from shrine rectors and pilgrimage promoters. We also include lay people who are organized in the respective shrines, the travel agencies who are trying to promote pilgrimages and tourism in the country, and to any individual simply interested in promoting pilgrimages to shrines. What are our suggestions? Number one, it may be a good option for the shrine rectors to train and maintain their own tour guides in their shrines. They shall ensure accuracy and consistency in information given to pilgrims, preservation and promotion of the spiritual aspect of pilgrimage over commercialization. Second, the ASRP must build rapport with private associations of tour operators, travel agencies, and informal groups of pilgrimages in terms of establishing guidelines and regulations for organizing pilgrimages in and outside the country. Third, it is high time for the informal groups of pilgrimage promoters, tour operators, and travel agencies to provide and deliver real and authentic service to those individuals or groups who really intend to make holy and sincere pilgrimage to our shrines. They may start with coordinating with ASRP for possible pilgrimage routes. Fourth, it is also an option for our shrine rectors to promote congregation or religious run retreat houses that offer inexpensive and more pilgrimage conducive services to pilgrims over expensive private hotel accommodations. Of course, the goal here is not profit, but to provide a complete and holistic spiritual experience for our pilgrims. And lastly, to recommend and promote, and also to recommend the promotion and enhancement of regional congresses among associations of pilgrimages. As for the case of ASRP, we have experienced 3 Asian congresses in Manila, Korea, and Japan. And each time the experience was always generally fruitful. What are the areas of concern first? The first one is the promotion of the unfamiliar but worthy shrines spread in Asia, of course, and also in the Philippines. There are lots of popularly known but spiritually rich churches in Asia and remain to be globally discovered by the pilgrims. Like, for example, we have Our Lady of Antipolo, Señor Nazareno, we have Santo Niño. And each time it is always an experience, rich experience. Second, refining and deepening of the commitment of both ASRP and the various association of tour operators and travel agencies to a fruitful collaboration. Third, the organization of pilgrims into a volunteer group that may help in the promotion of shrines and pilgrimages. Fourth, an important program that must be realized soon by the Pontifical Council is the database or web link featuring all the Catholic shrines in the world. This shall serve as an important web catalog of the linkages to all the Catholic shrines throughout the world that would help pilgrims in organizing the pilgrimage. And lastly, it may be an option to establish uniform and coordinated assistant or help desks across all over the world. They shall serve as an avenue for social services and ecumenical efforts of the Pilgrim Church. Conclusion. This discussion places primarily importance to the proper planning and organizing of pilgrimages that result in good and improved services to pilgrims and warm welcome and accommodation in our shrines. We should remember that shrines and pilgrimages are always at the service of the people. Remember that shrines are not the monuments of dead stones, but monuments of living people helping people. The pilgrimage of the shrines does not stop, but it continues. It rather moves as each one of us as lovers of Jesus and others. And we challenge the rectors, the pilgrimage promoters, and pastors that before leaving Compostela Congress, we become lovers of Jesus and others. Muchas gracias.